Have any of you had fun lately? Are you having any fun? So you have images on your cameras too, yes, of fun? Capturing moments, not posed moments, not moments when everyone lines up and stands just the way somebody thinks they should. Those impromptu moments where you really hope nobody has a camera. Those moments when you're having such fun that fun is taking over your moment. The feeling of fun has taken over your moment, where nothing matters other than the fun that you're having, and everything else fades away because the vibration of fun is so vivid within you that it becomes your point of attraction. Have you ever been in an environment like that other than when you were drunk? Have you ever been in an environment like that when there were others around and everyone then begins contributing to the fun? The fun just keeps flowing from all corners of the universe until total strangers are engaging with you in your fun, until people who haven't had fun in a long time but who want it are swept up in your fun. You see what we're getting at? Now, something has happened just now as you have politely listened to our rampage about fun. And we were pointing out that all it took was focusing upon a subject, focusing upon a few letters on a page, focusing upon the idea of it, and then more comes and more comes and more comes and more comes and more comes, until 17 seconds of attention to a subject will get an activation going in a strong enough way that another 17 seconds is likely, and then another, and then another. If you can cross the 68-second mark, which we did about 10 minutes ago, if you can cross the 68-second mark, what happens to you is now manifestations must begin filling in. After the 68-second mark, it's more than an idea. It's more than another idea and another idea. Then it becomes something where the potential of others engaging with you is very, very strong. If you are going through the day and you are fixated on things like fun or something like love, love is a little more heavy duty than fun, but you can accomplish it, some of you, quickly anyway. Appreciation is something that's quite easy to accomplish as you fixate on it. As you find these words, these emotions, and you set out with the determination to stir the feeling of them within you, what you're actually doing is using something that's easy to come by as your focal point in order to engender a vibration that then becomes, for now at least, a dominant part of your grid. So there's a grid about this and a grid about that and a grid about this, a grid regarding this person, a grid regarding this person. So we want you to picture this core grid within you. And we want you to think about other pieces that come in that go da-da-da-da-da-da, that just take you right in alignment, right to who you are. So that your point of attraction is so powerful that, as we said, heaven and earth are moved. Things and people around you are inspired to play with you in the vibrational patterning that you have established. But if you are doing sloppy grid work so that you're not deliberately causing a vibration that lines you up with your core, then what happens is whatever piled on last becomes the dominant one. Whatever piled upon last is the vibrational point of attraction. Haven't you noticed it? Can you focus on anything that it doesn't fill in? Can you give your attention to anything wanted or unwanted that it doesn't begin to fill in right away with things that are a vibrational match to it? You can't. We know you can't because we know the power of law of attraction. But where your power is, you cannot control law of attraction's response to your vibration because it's consistent and it's fair and it's vivid, it's crystal clear, and it's always accurate every single time. You can't control law of attraction. You can't say, time out. You can't say, I want a do-over. Well, you can say, I want a do-over, because you can set a different grid into motion every 17 seconds. But you can't say, I take that back. All you can do is no longer spew it again. Some years ago, we were offering an analogy that it's like you're moving through time and you're spewing this red, inky, misty stuff out there. And it's just out there, and it's sort of fogging up the room. Doesn't smell that good either. And it's making it more difficult for you to see. It's muting your experience. And if you would just stop doing that thing you're doing, that mist would dissipate. It would clear out in a little bit, much faster than you realize. But what happens is, because most people are reacting to the environment around them, you've had a grid going that filled in with a manifestation. Now you've got your attention on the manifestation, so you're shoring up that grid, which is filling in with another manifestation. Now your attention's upon that manifestation, so you're shoring up that grid. So today, as we are talking about the art of allowing. What we're really talking about is making a concentrated, more determined, more conscious effort. And we don't really like the word effort, but decision, decide, focus. Sometimes it takes a little effort to distract yourself from the reality of the grid that is filled in while you get hold of the vibrational core of the well-being that is dominant. And then it is our promise to you that that core dominant grid of well-being and fun and clarity and joy and vitality will fill in with things that match it. And it will happen as soon as today. So, we are eager to talk with you about anything that matters to you. There is nothing off limits. We're going to be mindful of your grid, and we'll point it out to you. We won't be too willing to go too far into conversation that might promote a grid that we know will fill in. It's a disservice that we do to you, or that you do to anyone, if we encourage a maintenance of an unwanted grid. Really. It's much better if we focus upon what is wanted and get to the core of it vibrationally. But it makes for a rather boring meeting. Just like it makes for a rather boring moment as Esther is just writing fun. Abraham really knows what fun is. Yes, sir. That's really a lot of fun. Oh, we want to convey to you that you have this non-physical contingency of interested parties in your well-being who are constantly, with forethought and foresight, acknowledging and therefore possibly influencing you to good moves and steps in the direction of what you're wanting. We want you to know that when you practice the vibrational vicinity of who you really are, that you have access to more of what you would call insight. If you're talking about the beasts of your planets, you call it instinct. But what it really is that all day, every day, for as long as you have been in this physical body, you've been sifting and sorting and defining what you want, and you've been sending these precise, specific rockets of desire into what we've been calling your vibrational vortex. We've been calling it a vortex, which is a vibrational holding place for all expansion that you've discovered along your way. Humans have for a long time, in a variety of different ways, come to believe something that is so off that it keeps you separated from the power and the joy of your now. So many humans believe that they came from that which is source and that they will return to that which is source. But they have no sense of how source is present with you out here on this leading edge, and that this leading edge is the leading edge of all creation. Somehow you've convinced yourselves, and it is illogical that you've come to the conclusion. You've convinced yourself that you are separate from that which is source, and that you're somehow needing to prove some sort of worthiness. And that in time, if you're good enough, you will return to that which is source. And that's really where it's all going on. But friends, that non-physical realm is not really where it's all going on. This is the leading edge. This time-space reality, this leading edge manifested source energy is the leading edge. The reason that so many have come to believe in the unworthiness of human, in the imperfection, in the needing to be judged and straightened out, and in the redemption of humans. The reason that so many have come to believe that is because when you want stuff and it's not happening, you got to fill in the blanks somehow. And most humans fill in those blanks by saying, I'm not being blessed because I must have done something wrong. I'm not being rewarded because I must be inappropriate in some way. And nothing could be further from what is really going on. You're just not letting it in because you're feeling unworthy. You're just not letting it in because you're feeling too angry. You're just not letting it in because you're not joining the source in your powerful now. And when you do, so now let's talk about this grid in this new, more pointed way. So you follow us that the leading edge is out here where you are, yes? All forward, right here in your powerful now. So here you are in your powerful now, taking the time to establish an emotional grid that feels good. You feel peaceful, you feel satisfied, you feel good, you feel a little frisky. You feel full of yourself, you feel love, you feel in love, you feel good. You feel good. You feel good. Now, the reason you feel good is because you're not keeping all of that out. You feel good because you're allowing it all present, and you've been doing it for a while. And so you've got this good feeling pointed grid going on right here in your now, 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 dovetailing with ideas and other people. Your now point rendezvousing with all those things. You see, because you're not ever going to get it done. So when your goal is a house or a lover or a car or a pile of money or all of those things that are wonderful, we wish all of those for you. But when your goal is one of those things, rather than your goal is right now, the grid, how you feel. When your goal is the grid, when your goal is how you feel, when your goal is your point of attraction, when your goal is your rendezvous point, now you're rendezvousing with source. Now you're rendezvousing with ideas. Now when you're writing a song, clarity comes. Now when you're writing a song, brilliant songwriters play with you. Now when you're dancing a dance, your ability to dance is there. All of the inspiration. Can you feel how much more productive that powerful now is than any other thing that you might put on any vision board? But the vision board all comes along with it. Talk about a ball in a hole. You see, that powerful now. And now, and now, and now, and now, and now. Not just someday, not just later, now. Right now I'm clear-minded and I'm thrilled with what I just thought. Right now I'm clear-minded and I'm thrilled with what you just said about what I just thought. Esther was on the airplane, and she's been carrying a little notebook, and she's been writing grid words. She'd written a page of grid words. She was just sitting there feeling well-being and satisfied. And she hears Jerry say, clearly, open your window. She had closed it because the sun was bright. Open your window on the airplane. So she opened her window, and she looked down, and there was a rainbow down there. Down there. So she knew, it was such a wonderful moment. She knew that she'd established a grid, and she knew that she'd rendezvoused with Jerry. Nothing better than that for her. She watched it. It lasted about 10 seconds. And then she sat back up, and Esther's against one window, and Jeannie is next to her, and a stranger is next to Jeannie, and a happy stranger. And across the aisle is Mark. And at that moment, Mark says, Esther. The stranger said, Esther. Jeannie said, Esther. We have Wi-Fi on the plane. Wouldn't it be cool to put something on Facebook? Esther knew exactly what she wanted to say. Rendezvous, 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 rendezvous. Within a few minutes, 1,000 people, rendezvous, 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 rendezvous. You see? This is a time of rendezvousing like never before. You have never had more access to more. You've never had more access to more people, to more ideas, to more pleasure, to more things, to more experiences. Never before. This is the leading edge of all of that. And when you take the time to establish your emotional grid, then all that is non-physical, all that you care about, physical or non-physical, rendezvous with you in your powerful now. We've enjoyed this interaction more than words can say. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain joyously in the vortex. Yeah.